This video is for week 2, activity 2 on the tangent of the sum and difference formulas. Number 21 is a sum formula, tangent pi over 6 plus pi over 4. First thing I would do is I go ahead and transfer this into the formula, and that would be in big ugly fraction. In the numerator, we're looking at tangent of A, or alpha. That would be the first angle listed. And we're going to add that to the tangent of B, or beta, that's second angle listed, pi over 4. And then denominator, we're going to do 1 and then minus, and then tangent of that same alpha, or A, pi over 6, times tangent of B, or beta, that's pi over 4. So you see, we're going to have to find tangent pi over 6 and tangent pi over 4 twice. Once in the numerator each, and once in the denominator. We're going to get those answers from the unit circle. If you look at the bottom, it says tangent is sine over cosine. So we're going to have to take the sine answer and divide by the cosine answer, and that's going to get a little bit messy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do each of those separately. I'm going to do tangent pi over 6 and tangent pi over 4 and kind of find their answers. So if I'm doing tangent pi over 6, that's sine at pi over 6, that's 1/2. And then go back to that unit circle, and you can find then the cosine at pi over 6, which would be square root 3 over 2. And fractions inside of fractions, I'm going to do the keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction the same, and then multiply by the reciprocal of the denominator. Alright, what's going to happen, I'm going to get some cross-canceling here. Get my 1 over square root 3, which we know we're not allowed to leave square roots in answers. So I'm going to multiply that by a fancy version of 1, which is square root 3 over square root 3, which will give me square root 3 over 3. I'll use that in replacement of every place I see tangent pi over 6. So in this, where I see tangent pi over 6, that becomes square root 3 over 3. In the denominator, there's another one. Now let's go find tangent of pi over 4. Alright, so again, I'm going to go back to the unit circle and take the sine answer, square root 2 over 2, divide it by the cosine answer, and do the same process. Keep the numerator, multiply by the reciprocal of the denominator. Get some cross-canceling. Oh, cross-canceled everywhere. When that happens, we're left with a big fat 1. So that means everywhere we see pi over 4, that's really a 1. Alright, so in my numerator, I can't actually add those. Those do not have common denominators. And in the denominator, anytime I times something by 1, so this part here, it doesn't actually change. And, oops, not over 2, silly. That would be over 3. That was my mistake for the day. And it's ugly and awful, but that is one version of your answer. It is technically simplified. There's nothing wrong with it other than it's just awful looking. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing for number 23. Alright, first thing we have to do is just rearrange that based on the tangent of a difference formula. So that is going to be tangent of A minus tangent of B all over 1 minus tangent of A times tangent B. So once again, we're going to have to find tangent 4 pi over 3 twice and tangent pi over 4 twice. So let's do them kind of separately on their own. So again, if I looked up tangent of 4 pi over 3, that's to take the sine answer at that location, divide it by the cosine answer at that location. Right, if you're curious and you couldn't find 4 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3 is down here. This is where I'm getting my answers from. Alright, so now I'm going to keep the first numerator times by the reciprocal of the denominator. Now these two minus signs will cancel out, 2's cancel out, and I'll end up with square root 3 over 1, or square root 3. So every time I saw tangent 4 pi over 3, I can change that to square root 3. So that would be here, square root 3, and here, square root 3. Now I got to go in and find these, the pi over 4s. All right, pi over 4, that should look familiar. We just did it in number 21. The sine and cosine answers match. Any number divided by its exact self is 1. So again, here I get to put in a 1. All right, everything is good. I got to do this multiply, but of course you know that if I multiply something times 1, nothing changed. And there is my final answer to number 23. All right, good luck. I hope this helped.